Hey there, this is Malorian, and we're now on to the second game of the Brawler Bash Doubles Tournament. Myself and Shimmergloom going and doing some fighting with some orcs and goblins, and we got a pretty tough list here. For those who don't remember from last game, we got a War Boss General, a level 1 Night Goblin General, Night Goblin BSB, Savage with the Shrunken Head, and another level 1 Night Goblin. We got 2 Savage Orc Big In units, Troll, Night Goblin Bunker, 2 units of Wolves, Squig Herd Horde, 3 Doom Divers, 3 Rock Lubbas, and some Style. Anyway, up against us is kind of an interesting mixed army. It's going to be Dwarves and also Empire, but we got some mixes in there. Like if you see on the far left there, we got an Alligator with a cannon on its back. That's actually a steam tank. Beside them, we got some Demigriffs. Then we got a unit of Knights, Bastiladon with a laser beam on top is just a filler. In there, I believe there's a BSB as well. But then you get into the Dwarves, and the Bears with guns on their back. We got a flame cannon there on the left. We got that's on the right there. Anyway, we also got an organ gun and a regular cannon, some quarrelers, and then kind of on the other side of this wall here, you can kind of see kind of a bigger unit of Dwarves. Now, when we were deploying back and forth, we really wanted the Squig herd to be fighting them because Squigs actually have hatred against Dwarves. So you might hate us, but we hate them right back. Really, looking at this game here, I can't even remember the scenario, but it really is going to come down to, let's just get up there and kill them all. You know, it's pretty straightforward stuff. The steam tank, of course, that's going to be annoying. But our Orc War Boss has a great weapon. So, I mean, first round of combat, he's like strength 8. So, he'll be all right. Otherwise, yeah, for the most part, we just want to get up there, kill some Knights, kill some War Machines, and get some points. And as usual, we have the War Machines to kind of back it up as well. So, we get first turn, and really, the big thing we wanted to get done is I really wanted that flame cannon destroyed because it does a lot of nasty things. But as usual, we have some animosity problems, and the left Savage Orcs that have the actual, shrunken head, and they have the general and stuff, the war boss, they fail animosity, of course, and they can't do anything. But really, when we're targeting up against the the flame cannon, we just can't take that thing out. With some scatterers, we kill a few knights and stuff like that, so that's okay. The Doom Diver is really targeting the knights and killing a couple there. The Rock Lob is just scattering off, but what can you do? Meanwhile, the Savages are pushing up to really threaten what they have there. The Squig Herd ready to take on and fight some Dwarves. The Wolf Riders going around to cause some troubles. But yeah, for the most part, kind of holding back a little bit because that failed animosity, but hey, it's okay. Their turn coming back, they do the flame cannon, and that does some damage. Could have been worse, but what can you do? I mean, really, actually, when it comes, how much it could have been worse, it actually misfired and actually didn't do anything. So, those flame cannons, when they hit, they just rip things apart. So, we got really lucky here that we got a misfire. Otherwise, I believe he hits one of our War Machines with a cannon and also does 1 wound or something like that. So we get pretty lucky, but you can see there that he actually pulled back. An interesting thing he also did is the Dwarves on the right, they go and they do a swift reform and start going behind this gate here because we actually said that was impassable. Now, if I can clip the back side of them, that'd be pretty awesome. Although we do know already they have the rune on them that makes them stubborn. So that's going to be a long fight. But hey, at least if we get in there, we can start working on them. But for the most part, they didn't do too much back. Yeah, hopefully now, because we got past this turn, we can turn around and actually take out some of those key points. So going back the other way, you can see that our wolves are getting in positions to be annoying. We kill more of the knights with our rock labas, and so he's taking out the filler now. But still, we just cannot kill that flame cannon. It's just not working. Every single time we target that thing, it just scatters off. I decide not that it's not good to charge with the squigs. It's possible to make it, but a good chance is that, if we failed, we'd only go up a little bit. So instead, we just march up to really put the pressure on them. Those dwarves might charge into the savages. They are close, but with them having great weapons, we're going to strike first and kill tons of them. You can see there that our savage orcs roll 1 for animosity, again, having to charge or do nothing. I got Shimmergloom as my partner here, and for those who don't watch his stuff on the Bull City Wargaming, this is basically what he does all the time, is just fails animosity. So, what can you do? That's what happened. But, yeah, again, we just haven't really destroyed that much. So on his turn, he goes for the charge here with the dwarves, and they fail, so that just makes it easier for us. And also here, they get flesh to stone off. Now, flesh to stone makes it so these guys are pretty damn tough, of course. I believe this might actually be with a +4. I can't remember if he had a throne on or not, but really, this is okay. Even if you have to engage them in the rear and wound them on 6s, it'll be worth it. So overall, it looks really like this. I believe he took a wound on his steam tank there, so that's always nice. But now in his return fire, they started destroying our war machines. So, all of a sudden, he's kind of winning the range game. So it'd be nice to turn this around and get in there. But luckily, that's just what we're in position to do. So, like I said, things were a little bit weird here on the way he was set up, because really the center here is like the death gates, right? Everything is set up to counter it, and we just had to really make sure that we dealt with that. And I believe that's exactly what we did. So really, the wolves charge into the cannon to get out of the way. The squigs charge into the rear of those warriors there. The savages charge into the coralers that are up front, and that's really it. Really what happens there is we destroy the coralers or break them. You can see the last couple of guys in the back there running away. Kill tons of those dwarves because, hey, when you have that many attacks and you're re-rolling the hit, you get a lot of 6s. And then we have like a 5+ armor, so we rip right through that. So we actually kill quite a few of them, and, that's going out well. We overran into the flame cannon there, so that's really nice. Our shooting did really well. It killed a bunch more knights, killed the demigriff, did more wounds to the steam tank. Our wolves are there on the left side to be more of a pain. The troll is up there to stop them from getting to the flank of the savages. And really what this is coming down to is us really tearing apart the dwarves and forcing the Empire, saying, hey, you might as well charge in, because if you don't, we're just going to keep on shooting you. So that's what they do. They dedicate. The knights go into the troll. The demigriffs go into the savages. The steam tank tries to get there too, but ends up short, which means it's probably going to be a pretty easy fight for the savages. And it is. We pretty much wipe out all the demigriffs, overrun into the steam tank there, so clearly we didn't kill them all. They must have fled and were forced to pursue. But they do kill our troll, but that's acceptable. And then otherwise, we destroy the cannon and overrun into the organ gun. So really, we're getting lots of points. The squigs are doing their thing there on the right. Now that they don't have flesh to stone, we're really starting to chew them apart. And yeah, this game is kind of going our way. So back to our side now. The Wolf Riders on the left had to charge in to help defeat the cannon that was up there. We destroyed the organ gun, kill more of the dwarves on the right. Really, this is just going our way. We get poison attacks up onto the savages, do more wounds to the steam tank, and at this point, it's just looking really, really bad for our opponents. So then really coming back on the other side, they're forced to kind of charge in the knights. We kill the knights, we kill the steam tank, the dwarves die on the right, and really that's the game. So it was pretty one-sided. There was a little while there where I was kind of worried, where they had pretty good positioning going for the center, so that anything that went up the center they could kind of work on. And I mean, the whole problem we had was that, with the savages failing 2 animosities, we just didn't have too much in there. However, this just really came down to the fact that our shooting really kind of did a bigger number on them than it did on us. I mean, really, if their flame cannon was working better, it should have gone a little bit more damaging to our side. But yeah, we just really got the advantage in shooting. Their whole gambit on the right side and gamble to kind of hope that we would get to their flank, that didn't work out. The Squeak Herd Horde really doing their work there. And then once that happened, the Savages got in there, killed stuff, the Troll stopped them from countering, and we just cleaned up. So it was a pretty one-sided game. We got tons and tons of points from this, and I was a little worried after that our opponents would be a little sore, but they were totally fine with it. It seemed like they were in it to have fun, and for the most part, even though we're killing off all their guys, me and Shimmergloom we're a fun couple of guys anyway. So anyway, kind of a fast ball report. Hopefully you guys liked it, and yeah, going on to game 3 coming up next. Bye.